spring 1991. Oh, I love it. It has a rhinoceros on the bottom. If you know why I like rhinos. Down the Zambezi. There she is, standing on the boat dock in the sun, smiling, listening to Sade on the boombox, looking deliberately like Grace Kelly looking for her missing brother, waiting for the boat to take her 70 miles down the Zambezi into the calm waters of Lake Kariba. How is it possible to look so crisp in this heat? Crisp but seductive, hips slightly tilted, almost pouting. Linen is how these things are possible. Dr. Livingstone, I presume, wore linen, brought along from Scotland from the express purpose of exploring darkest Africa. Grace Kelly wore linen. As an actress, also as a princess, riding in state in the back seat of an absurd, bulbous Chrysler in downtown Monte Carlo. Joan Bennett wore linen, smiling. Deborah Kerr wore it icily. Ava and Rita and Slim Keith wore it. Both Hepburns wore it. As did Lady M and Anouk Aimee. All of them wore linen, and not just in Macomber, Magombo, the snows, the mines, and the Queen, but in El Morocco, the Stork, the Colony, the Persian Room. If they can wear it crisply down the Zambezi and Nile, you can wear it seductively up the avenues and boulevards. Crisp, seductive ensemble in linen, cotton, 60/40. Sold separately. The skirt is elegant, stitched down, knife-pleated, mid-calf, 4 belt loops, zipper, and 1 button closure in the back. Sizes 6 through 16. Price $84. Jacket. Spiffy, single-breasted, 2 ocean pearl buttons, patch pockets, half-lined. Sizes small, medium, large, extra large. Price $87. Walking shorts, pleated, fly front, zipper and button closure, 2 on seam side pockets, 1 rear pocket buttoned, 4 belt loops, cuffs. Sizes 6 through 16. Price $51. Little black dress. The thing is simple, beautiful, beyond analysis. People feel good seeing a woman in it. Men think it's the woman. Women think it's the dress. In a hushed, serious restaurant, everybody looks up as you come in, sizing you up, watching you move. You are more delicious in a simple black dress than the complicated cuisine they have come for. The room melts. Loud, happy talking starts. It's as though somebody has begun playing a piano in a place where there is no piano. A dress this simple, there's nothing to it, just a man's shirt made a little longer. Looks terrific on a girl with a good figure. What wouldn't? The interesting thing is that it can look astounding on a woman who has any sort of figure at all. The reason for this is that a little transformation takes place. When people think you look wonderful, you do look wonderful. It shows. It shows on you everywhere, perhaps most of all on your face. Simple black dress, shirt style. Sand washed 21 mm silk. Smoked pearl buttons. Single needle construction. Shirt tail hem. Self belt included. Sizes small, medium, large, and extra large. Price $188. You know what? You can't see that. There we go. You still can't see it. There's a way that you can see this. It's by getting the book. Yeah, good luck. Let's see, next is the famous Miss Blue. You know who I mean. It could have been you. One day you arrived by train, but from where, nobody knew. You carved a plantation out of 1,000 acres of dry land which the smart money called worthless. You diverted a stream and proved them wrong. You wore a big Panama hat, big like a man's. But you didn't look like a man. Sometimes you wore it held on with a chin strap. Sometimes you wore it down your back. You became rich, I guess. Anyway, you had a piano. I heard it. I saw you and those others through the porch windows. You drove all of us here crazy. The men, but especially their wives, giving big parties and not inviting any of them. Once you looked straight into my eyes. You were flirting, or maybe just being nice. Just helping me grow up. You rode a horse both effortlessly and hard. I never saw anything like it. I remember all that. Miss Blue's hat. Suenzo weave Panama. Made in Ecuador. Leather chin strap. Approximately 4-inch brim. Memorable. Everybody wants my attention. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh. Size available in one size. Price $37.50. The famous Miss Blue. The small island of Dominica versus Progress. A person could embark, exactly like a wine connoisseur, upon a review of the top notes and the finishes of perfumes, aftershaves, colognes, skin bracers, arriving finally at the not uninteresting subject of pheromones, or human sexual attractants. Relax, I do not intend to do so. But I do think that men, for the next 75 years or so, will be less edgy in the presence of Spice Island's aftershave than Calvin Klein's obsession perfume for men. Now back to the island of Dominica. Columbus discovered it, and named it, and left it alone. It's north of Martinique, and it is the home, since 1907, of a very good West Indian bay rum manufactured under the name of A.C. Shillingford. What is it? Bay rum is oil of bay leaves combined with double distilled alcohol. It has a fairly quiet scent, less strong than anything called perfume, less strong than anything called aftershave, but not so quiet as to be boring. It is, in fact, quite sexy. It is sexy the way skin begins to smell from strong sun, salt water, steel drums breaking waves, moving palm branches, and giggling coming from somewhere. Men liked bay rum long before, or men liked bay rum long before 1907, when Shillingford started. Men have liked bay rum since Spanish Main days. They like it for the best complicated reason in the world. They like it for the least complicated reason in the world. It smells good. A decent gift which often turns into a lifetime habit. Shillingford Bay Rum, 10 ounces. Price, $11. The alternative coat. Confession. While many people march into the showroom fully intending to buy a Rolls Royce, but in fact drive home in a Bentley, the same occurs here in the case of the full-length classic Horseman's Duster. People have always wanted one, but they sometimes buy the shorter version instead. That's why I've named it the alternative coat. It's not less coat, it's just less long. Many people own both. Some materials throughout, same material as same materials throughout as on page 26. Same men's and women's sizes, extra extra small to extra extra large. Price $158. I think they're referring to the J. Peterman coat is the original coat, and this would be the alternative coat. Wah. And if you want to see the J. Peterman coat, and read about it, you can either get the book or watch the, I think it's video 7 or the 7th, number 7 that I read about the J. Peterman coat, which I'm not going to do again. And I keep hanging on this one called Flying. So let's do Flying. The jacket. Flying. Children have always known. Concentrate hard enough and in secret, and you will be able to fly. Really. That dream ended when it suddenly became true. People were able to fly anytime, anywhere, without even concentrating. They just bought a ticket. Today, we might as well be taking the bus. Today, what we can't seem to do is soar. The way flying used to be then, at the beginning, that now is a dream. P-38s, Wacos, Stearmans, Stinsons, Mustangs, Spitfires will as all soon be collected like blue period Picassos or corporations or islands. The flight jacket of those days persists. It got better with time. Then, in the mid-40s, it became actually great. This is as close to one of those as you can get. It rings true, no flashiness. 5 hand-finished hides, lambskins, go into it. It appears to be genuinely time-worn. It has the sweet, serious, mysterious aroma of real leather. The old leather library chairs in a room in Rome. The aroma goes with where you go, like a companion, and it lasts. The leading manufacturer of military spec clothing and a current military contractor makes this one. Plenty of pockets and located correctly. Brass zippers, gusseted back. Fully lined, warm, handsome, comfortable, and exciting to own. Sizes small to extra large. I would just like to mention that women look wonderful in it. They don't expect to at first, it just happens. Then you can't get it away from them. Price, $365. Another DC3 story. This is an addendum. And just one more look at the jacket. It always looks different when you hear about it, doesn't it, before when you first see it. Maybe you haven't heard this one. It happened to a friend, an American pilot in China during the 30s and 40s. En route to Chungking one day, he saw Zeros coming at him. They opened fire. He had about a dozen passengers aboard his DC-3. His plane was hit repeatedly. He crashed in a river. He swam underwater. The Zeros were still firing, strafing the bodies in the water. Everybody died except him. He had a heart attack underwater, but he made it to shore. He was rescued by, it says Chinese peasants, but I'm going to say Chinese people. It took him 2 months to get back. Later, he learned there had been a deliberately false newspaper announcement on the morning of his flight, saying that an important Chinese cabinet minister would be aboard. It wasn't true, of course. The cabinet minister took another flight. That means the cabinet minister used his flight as a decoy and didn't tell them. DC3 story. We're going to do one more because apparently I'm needed elsewhere. You've heard that one. I don't. I don't know if you can see that. I think it's a towel. It's called the, I'm going to say it wrong because there's an accent above the G that I don't know how to pronounce, so I'm going to do it the American way. The North United Statesian. Kagaloglu Hamami, the fourth pleasure. A sultan built Kagaloglu Hamami. A sultan built Kagaloglu Hamami. He insisted that its floor plan reflect an ancient Roman belief about physical pleasure, that its highest level can be reached only if one builds up to it somewhat slowly. How exactly did the Romans, and a few centuries later the Turks, do that? The slow buildup consists of three definite stages. First, the apoditerium. Second, the tepidarium. Third, and the most intense of all, the caldarium. The Duke of Windsor came to the Kagaloglu Hamami, and over the centuries many others. Not surprisingly, Franz Liszt was there. Well, he knew a thing or two. He always kept a box of rotting apples on his piano. It helped him to compose better, he said. Built in 1741, Kagaloglu Hamami is the oldest public bath in Istanbul, or the world, but it is unquestionably the most famous. Kagaloglu is not the oldest public bath in Istanbul or the world, but it is unquestionably the most famous and the most sensuous. Anybody can show you how to find it. Don't be surprised to see the Japanese here, happy in the immense high-ceilinged rooms and echoing marble highways. I'm not doing well today. I mean, reading-wise, otherwise I'm fine. It helped him to compose a letter, Kagaloglu. Don't be surprised, the Japanese knew a thing. Happy in the immense high-ceilinged rooms and echoing marble hallways. The Japanese knew a thing or two about bathing. After you yourself have passed through stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, there is yet one more stage. The Turks invented it, a little something that has become world famous. Perhaps you owe it to yourself. It is the fourth pleasure. It is the amazingly simple, sensuous I'm not going to start this over. I'm going to keep going, and you will watch my mistakes and accept them, and then we'll dive back in. The Japanese know a thing or two about bathing. After you yourself have passed through stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, there is yet one more stage. The Turks invented it, a little something that has become world famous, and perhaps you owe it to yourself. It is the fourth pleasure. It is the amazingly simple, sensuous Turkish towel. Kagaloglu Hamami towel, 100% cotton, half-inch looped pile, looped, not cut. 52,982 loops per square yard. Weight 1 pound, 10 ounce. Size 3 feet by 3 feet by 5 feet. Price $37.50. I don't know. I'm having such a hard time with this one. Maybe it's the makeup. I feel off. I don't usually wear makeup. It's weird when you look at yourself and you don't see yourself. The rest of this I have read in other videos, so I'm not going to read them. They do repeat some of the material. These are some really lovely, lovely catalogs. I know I'm not doing them just love it. Okay, timeless clothing, timeless writing. Next one will be 11, and then we will be done with this series. This is 11. I'm thinking about possibly selling the books that I read on, like, get an Etsy page or something. I'm trying not to do any type of Amazon thing. But look at this turning into a blog or a vlog or whatever. Okay, reading, just reading.